to take a son, he could have taken whoever he wanted. Now we could say, well, actually it's impossible for Allah to take a son. So why is Allah saying he could do the impossible then, if that's the case? So Ibn Atiyah says that the son here is the son min al-tabanni, is possible. So if Allah wanted to take a ceremonial son, he could have done that. But yeah, the ibn is more of a, it's more of like a, you say this person is the son of such and such, a genealogical thing. Whereas walad is more of like a biological thing, usually.
Yeah, biological.
Usually that's the case. I agree with that.
I had a question about, I wanted to know what's your point of view in terms of, what's happening with the Holy Land, Israel, Palestine, and what's your view on with regards to that, with the reception of Quran? Like, do you recognize any part of Quran that predicts or talks about what's happening in the Israel right now in terms of eschatological point of view? Like
the ayahs in Surah Isra is the closest thing you'll find, but we don't know, but we don't know for sure like what those ayahs mean.
So
وَلْيَدْخُلُوا الْمَسْجِدَ كَمَا دَخَلُوهُ أَوَّلَ مَرَّةٍ.
Now we can see.
But
everyone looking at them.
There's a lot of
now their wujuh,
but with going to the mutashabihat and muhkamat, we know that mutashabihat only Allah has the knowledge of those. But then also Allah Ta'ala says in the time Allah Ta'ala will reveal whenever He wants. I don't remember the exact part of the surah, but it's in Quran. And my question is that with regards to the end times, one of the major signs given by Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, Gog and Magog, one of the major signs. And Quran is where Dajjal, you don't find the word Dajjal in Quran, but Gog and Magog, you have two references.
Yes.
One is Surah Kahf and the other is Surah Anbiya.
Oh, Anbiya, that's right.
Yeah. Surah Kahf reference is more to do with the past, the Zarqarnain.
That's right.
And there are different tafasir about whether it's Alexander the Great or it's Cyrus. I don't think it's important for us to know who it was exactly. All we need to know, he was a man of faith, and what happened is what Allah Ta'ala explained in Quran. With regards to the second reference is the one that gets me the most, because I don't know, I've tried to find many tafasir and I couldn't find the exact tafsir. To me it looks plain and clear, but I don't understand why it's not written in tafsir, which is Allah Ta'ala bans them from the town. And the ayat is in Surah Anbiya, which is وَحَرَامٌ عَلَى قَرْيَةٍ أَهْلَكْنَاهَا أَنَّهُمْ لَا يَرْجِعُونَ حَتَّى إِذَا سُتِحَتْ يَأْجُوجُ مَأْجُوجُ, meaning that they will not return. Yes, this is the complete ayat. Meaning that they will not return to the town which Allah Ta'ala destroyed until Gog and Magog are released. Now, if I read the previous verses of the Quran just before this, it explains there's a waqia of Hazrat Maryam and Hazrat, the Bani Israel. Allah Ta'ala is explaining how Bani Israel, Allah Ta'ala sent down the prophets and they rejected them. And then they divided among themselves. Literally the verse before this is that they divided among themselves. And then Allah Ta'ala destroyed the town. So for me, if I pinpoint which town is it that Allah Ta'ala is talking about in this specific verse?
But I don't think it's nakira. It's not saying al-qarya. It's saying وَحَرَامٌ عَلَى قَرْيَةٍ. It doesn't say al-qaryati.
Yeah, but so it's talking about a place where people belong, which Allah Ta'ala destroyed, right? It's talking about a qarya, meaning that there's a place which, so Quran is, you don't obviously take one ayat in isolation, you have to read the whole context of Quran. And if you read from before, it's explaining about how Bani Israel rejected. Some of them accepted, some of them rejected.
I don't know, I have to look at tafsir, but I don't know if it's saying it's a particular town.
Because they say it's village, you mean qarya.
Yeah, my explanation is that none of the, but if you read the whole part of
let's
Quran,
find that.
It points to me
let's take a look
towards Jerusalem.
Let's take a look. Let's look at Tabri's tafsir.
From one qarya here.
Tafsir, I don't know if you're gonna find a tafsir.
No, I got it. Let me read it for you. Let's not guess this. Let's do it.
Yeah.
بس قرية هي المدينة التي لا تريد أن تتطور، ها؟
It's a village.
يعني they don't want to develop this.
It's a village, but let me get the tafsir al-Tabari. I got it here. Huh? Okay.
Tafsir or the translation?
تفسير الطبري. وحرم على قرية أهلكناها أنهم لا يرجعون حتى إذا فتحت يأجوج ومأجوج هم من كل حدب ينسلون. Yeah. Okay, so it says here واختلف القراء وحرام. Okay, to get to the point. وحرم على قرية قال. Okay.
So remember the context of the ayat is getting explained from before. So obviously, if you continue with the meaning of that, but I want to read.
Thank you very much, my friend. Take care. Thank you. You too, man. See ya.
If you allow me, I just want to read once you have the previous ayat, the one which were before this ayat.
Yeah, I'll need to do a proper understanding of this. It's long.
Yeah, absolutely. This is not a subject which is like you can just. But I did.
Okay. Let me see. Ibn Kathir is a little bit more tafsir Mawaridi. Okay, tafsir Mawaridi.
You reading Ibn Kathir's tafsir?
No, it's tafsir of Mawaridi.
Okay.
It's a scholar called Mawaridi. أنهم يرجعون. Al-Karama says that حرمنا على قرية وجدناها هالكة. It's already been destroyed. بذنوب أنها لا يرجعون إلى التوبة. That's the first. Yeah.
Good.
The second تأويل حرمنا على قرية أهلكناها بالعذاب أنهم لا يرجعون إلى الدنيا وهذا قول الحسن. They won't come back to not to the town, but to the dunya.
No, so that's what the tafsir says, right? But that's what I'm saying.
Ibn Abbas says,
I've read the tafsir. The tafsir says
وحرم على قرية وتأويلها ما قاله سفيان وجب على قرية أهلكناها أنهم لا يرجعون قال لا يتوبون قال عز وجل حتى إذا فتح.
For us to understand what the Gog and Magog, is.
Yeah, this I'm gonna have to do a proper study on this.
But only one thing is, I just want to mention this. So there is a number of
وإن من
places.
قرية إلا ونحن مهلكون.
Yeah.
What does it mean?
So
yeah, it's this.
It mean if you're gonna يعني إذا لا تريد أن تتطور وترضى بالآخرين يعني قرية تعني they don't want to develop.
Yeah,
they don't want to.
The word Karya
No, but I want to
many
understand.
places.
You know
Look,
what it means.
So the thing is, if you read the ayat from before, and I'm going to read it for you, it's and I'm just going to read the translation. And remember her who preserved her chastity. So we breathed into her of a word, and we made her and her son a sign of the people. So obviously he's talking about Hazrat Maryam and Hazrat Isa.
Sure.
Verily this is the people, one people, and I am your Lord, so worship me.
Okay.
But they have become divided among themselves in their affairs. Now pointing towards Bani Israel, that they divided at the time when Hazrat Isa came, they divided. Some of them accepted, some of them rejected. And all will return to us, and then the further part, and then it continues to the part where Allah Ta'ala destroyed the town. Now we know in the history there is one town which has been mentioned in Quran a couple of times for the destruction.
No, but is that talking about a specific town? Is it talking about a specific town?
So that's up to us to understand. So this is where the tafsir comes in. So all the tafsir.
It starts with wa haramun. So it's it now.
Haram. Allah Ta'ala made it haram for them.
It's the wow here. It's the start of a new sentence. There's too much to think about. Let's do a proper research on it.
Do you want to come back on this?
Yeah, I'll come back on it. It's the Quran, so we have to give it its haqq, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. But what the research I've done, I've understood it to be Jerusalem, because it is.
No, but Jerusalem is not a qarya.
The reason. No, Jerusalem is it's a qarya. Tell me one thing. The word qarya in Quran has been used a number of places, right? A couple of places it's been used. It's been used at the time when Dawud al-Aslam went back and took the land. It's been explained in Baqarah a couple of times. What do you understand by the word qarya?
Okay, let me. Who said that the qarya here means Jerusalem? Any mufassir that you've read?
I don't want to name any. The reason is because then you get put in a box and people start to...
No, like any classical one.
Dr. Israr Ahmed, I would say. I think.
But I need to do
classical,
what he said.
Before
I
the
think
modern.
Dr. Israr Ahmed and I think
Did he say that?
Sheikh Imran Hussain.
Okay, we'll take a look at him.
Sheikh Imran Hussain, guaranteed.
Yeah.
That's Sheikh Imran Hussain, definitely 100%. Dr. Israr Ahmed, I think maybe. But the importance is that in today's world, what's happening right now, from past many years in 1960s, 50s, 1947, Israel was formed, and since the 1917 Balfour Declaration.
What is your question?
To me, all what has happened in past 100 years with the Holy Land, with Jerusalem, with Balfour Declaration, General NNB
When he
taking
finished.
over. Yeah, absolutely. General NNB taking over, and then after that, all what has happened in the history, it fits perfectly according to the description of Quran that Allah Ta'ala.
So what's your view there?
So for my
I don't
view,
get it.
if I say if I say that Gog and Magog is the Europeans, that I would be wrong, completely wrong, because that's not true. That's not true, because there are people among the Europeans who accept Islam, who are our friend, who knows the truth. But then at the same time, it is pointing towards the West, the powers in the West, which is what took the Jews back to the Holy Land. 1917 Balfour Declaration.
But I'm not seeing I don't see the links.
The link is that Quran is talking about that Allah Ta'ala.
He's waiting.
Just 2 minutes.
Yeah.
He's just because we move to another question.
2 minutes and we'll come back to this. Literally, I'll finish on this. Quran is, what my understanding is Quran is saying that Allah Ta'ala made it haram for them to come back, the Jews, until Gog and Magog are released. Right? And
That's a very بعيد tafsir.
I think I think you read, you study this.
I'll look at it and see.
Absolutely. Have a look at it.
Yeah, fine.
Especially these 2 verses.
I'll look at all
Surah
of the
Al-Kahf
classical.
and Surah Al-Anbiya.
Sure.
And next week, inshallah, if you're here. Jazakallah.
What's different, you think, between ما المسيح ابن مريم إلا رسول قد خلت من قبله الرسل and another ayah وما محمد إلا رسول قد خلت من قبله الرسل. So how come both of them قد خلت من قبله الرسل?
Sorry,
No, that's his question.
what I want to know is Yahweh